Look up at those 6 banners hanging in the silence of the rafters, each one a testament to the sweat, the sacrifice, and the unwavering discipline of the Foxborough faithful. In 2025, we have seen the standard restored, a resurgence that has silenced the critics and placed New England back where we belong, at the summit of the AFC East. This isn't just about a 14-3 record, it's about a spiritual reconnection to the Patriot way, a return to the surgical precision that defines the Kraft era. But as we stand on the precipice of another deep playoff run, we are reminded that the foundation of this Gillette Stadium fortress isn't just concrete and steel, it's the soul of the people who occupied the seats when the lights weren't this bright. Today, the flags at Foxborough fly at half-staff in our hearts. We lost a cornerstone of the community, a man who lived and breathed "do your job" before it was a marketing slogan. Tim Fowler, the 2023 Patriots Fan of the Year, a man who battled pancreatic cancer for a decade with the same grit we expect from a linebacker in a goal line stand. He passed on Christmas Day, leaving behind a legacy that is as foundational to this franchise as the 2-decade dynasty itself. But before we dissect the blueprint of how this current squad carries that torch, you need to be aligned with the system. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and leave your analysis in the comments. Is the Patriot way officially back, or are there still cracks in the armor? I want to see the football IQ of this fan base down there. Tim Fowler wasn't just a spectator, he was a culture builder. He was a blue-collar guy from Newburyport who understood that the Patriot way starts in the parking lot. His tailgate wasn't a social hour, it was an operation. We're talking about the kitchen, a full wooden setup with cabinets, countertops, and a full-size barbecue grill loaded into a pickup truck every single week. None of this porta-grill amateur hour. This was structural integrity. This was preparation. This was a man who saw the transition from Steve Grogan and Tony Eason to the Drew Bledsoe era and eventually the GOAT. He stood in the rain, the sleet, and the heartbreak of the lean years, waiting for that moment in New Orleans at Super Bowl 36. And when Adam Vinatieri split the uprights, when the first banner was finally forged, Tim didn't jump, he wept, because he knew the price of that victory. That same level of dedication is what we are seeing on the field in 2025. Look at the tactical layering of this resurgence. It starts with the next man up philosophy. When you lose foundational pieces, you don't rebuild, you recalibrate. We've seen the rise of Mr. Irrelevant Kobe Minor, who has mirrored Fowler's blue-collar work ethic by dominating on special teams and providing crucial depth in the secondary. We've seen the return of Will Campbell, whose pass protection has been the catalyst for Drake Maye's historic season. We are talking about 4,394 yards of surgical output. Tactically, it's about pre-snap motion to identify defensive shells, forcing opponents to show their hand before Maye delivers the strike. It's about Christian Gonzalez using cloud coverage techniques to erase the opponent's X-receiver, maintaining a level of island coverage that we haven't seen since the days of Ty Law. This is high-level situational football, red zone efficiency that ranks in the top tier because we refuse to beat ourselves. I spoke with a veteran AFC East scout earlier who noted the current staff has successfully bridged the gap between the old guard and the new generation. There is a relentless work culture inside those walls. A source inside Gillette Stadium added, the scouts are looking for Patriot Fowler DNA, loyalty, resilience, and a lack of ego. Tim didn't have much, but he gave everything to his friends in this team. Another source close to the Kraft family remarked, Robert Kraft didn't just give Tim a tour of the trophy room in 2024 to be nice. He did it because Tim represented the standard. When Matthew Slater stands next to a fan like that, it's a meeting of two captains. There are no strangers in Foxborough, only friends Tim hadn't met yet. His loyalty was a two-way street. In the 1980s, his girlfriend, who later became a Patriots cheerleader, would disappear during games to do her job on the sidelines. Decades later, she was there at his funeral. That is the Foxborough Forever bond. It's a level of commitment that we demand from every player who puts on the Flying Elvis. If you aren't willing to stand in the cold for 20 years without a trophy, you don't deserve to hold one in February. Look at Christian Gonzalez. He is the biographical deep dive of this era. His DNA is linked directly to franchise legends like Ty Law and Andre Tippett. He possesses that same quiet lethality, the ability to take away half the field without saying a word. He is the centerpiece of a defense that plays with the same wooden kitchen toughness Fowler brought to the tailgate. Gonzalez doesn't need the hype, he needs the results. He understands that in this building you are judged by your gap integrity and your ability to finish the play. In his final days, Tim Fowler watched this 2025 team. He saw Drake Maye and said, he's not Tom Brady, but he potentially could be that kind of quarterback. He saw the 24-23 win over the Falcons in November, his final game at the Gillette Stadium Fortress, and he knew. He said to his friend Aaron Goldberg, "I can't believe they're going to get good on me again." He knew the ride wasn't over. He knew the Patriot way was being handed down to a new generation. Tim Fowler didn't just watch the games, he guarded the flame. As we head into this postseason, we do it for the guys who loaded the grills in the snow. We do it for the Newburyport faithful. We do it because the standard demands nothing less than excellence. Drake Maye, Christian Gonzalez, the Kraft legacy, the memory of Tim Fowler. Do your job. Foxborough forever.